So hello, I'm Charlene, as I've said. So I do honestly believe I am one of our own. My family have grown up in Leith. Both sets of grandparents and my parents grew up in Leith, and they've had season tickets over the years as well. It's safe to say I've done a lot of stupid things for Hibs. Whether or not that is queuing overnight for tickets, whether or not that's driving up to Inverness on those snowy Boxing days, whether that's paying into HSL or having the Hibs tartan frequent prominently at my wedding, I truly am one of our own. So what makes me so suitable for the role of Hibs fans representative? Well, I do genuinely believe I would be an effective voice on the board, and I'm truly passionate about making sure all Hibs fans' views are represented, not just select groups. Since leaving Aberdeen University 5 years ago, I've went on to gain 5 years project management experience, dealing with large, complex projects. Meaning, I've managed difficult conversations, I've been involved in big groups of people, and I've had to make sure, most importantly, that we can make things happen. I've been involved in various board meetings through various client sites, and it's safe to say I'm not going to be there to make up the numbers. I will go in and I'll make sure the Hibs Voices fans are heard. I see it as not just been about going to board meetings though. It comes back to what Bruce said earlier about making the right contacts in the club to get Hibs fans' questions answered. I think from my time at PwC, managing relationships with various clients, big and small companies, I can make effective relationships with anyone, and I hope you'll be able to see that tonight. I'd also like to say that me and my dad have many an argument over Hibs, and actually it's quite a horrible atmosphere after quite a lot of games. Well, Dad, I'm really sorry, but if I was to get elected on the board, I wouldn't be using that as my opportunity to answer your questions. It's about answering all Hibs fans' questions. I believe that it's really important that we have diverse views on the board. We've got a huge fan base, all different backgrounds, all different ages, and I think I can bring something a little bit different to the board. I'm more than used to juggling commitments. So, whilst working at PwC, I studied part-time to become a personal trainer, and I was also chairwoman for Marie Curie West of Scotland fundraising group. These are both things that show I'm able to take on extra responsibility. I'm really not very good at sitting about on my backside. I live in London, but if I was to become fans representative, I can assure you all I would be at all games, home and away, I would be at the board meetings, and you would see me around Easter Road. I'm really lucky where I work at the moment that I've got flexi time, and already I spend quite a lot of time working in Edinburgh. You can't seem to keep me away. So now on to the important bit. What exactly would I do if I was representative of the fans? Well, I can't promise that Cummins will never try and dink a penalty again, and I can't promise I'll be that one person that will have all the answers. But what I can promise is I will ensure every fan's view is represented. I will track all comments, be that through Twitter, Facebook, the Hibs forums, what I hear in the pubs around Easter Road, what I hear over a pie in stadiums. I will make sure I take everybody's voices on board, and I will dedicate time to get back to these people, as at the end of the day it's not just about what the fans think, it's then what I do with that information and the outcome I get from that. So, I would honestly promise to actually respond to questions daily online, even when I'm hungover when we get that automatic promotion spot. But I do recognise not all Hibs fans like social media, and not everybody likes to live their life through a hashtag. So I think it's very important that I'm around, I'm visible, I will be around all games, you will know where to find me, I will hold open surgeries monthly around the stadium, and I will always be approachable. Similarly, texts, phone calls, no matter which way you want to approach me, I'll be there. So how are you going to benefit from all of this? Well, we've got over 100,000 followers on Twitter and Facebook, we've got over 11,000 season ticket holders, and we've got tens of thousands of people that follow Hibs from around the world and participate in forums. I think it's all safe to say it was a proud sight in May when 150,000 people lined the streets. For me, being a fans representative is making the most of that, building on the momentum, and actually getting those voices heard and getting those fans back through the turnstiles because they feel part of the club. Especially as we move towards fan ownership, I really feel as a club we should be a lot more engaged. Before each meeting of the board, I propose that I would actually share with fans exactly what the key topical issues is that I would be taking to the board, so they're able to see what I'm going in with, and then I would be accountable for coming back out and actually saying what the outcome was. I've done some research around clubs in the UK and Europe, and actually some clubs even post their minutes online after board meetings. I fully recognise that not everything's possible to be shared, but as much information as we could share, I would think fans would appreciate seeing. Some clubs even do things like Twitter takeovers, where players will be online at certain times of the day to answer questions. Other teams do things like they have apps, so fans can log in during a game and see the queue to get a pie, or what's the queue like at the ticket office. And actually, these are all really exciting things that as a club we should be doing. So, we were the first British team to participate in European competition. We were the first team to play under floodlights. And let's not forget the most important first, we were the first to wear the green. Now, let's be leaders in fan engagement. So tonight, I've tried to tell you why I'm suitable for the role, what I would do and how you'll benefit. And I really hope you can all see that I've got the passion, the professional experience, and most importantly, the energy to make this happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Charlene. Any questions for Charlene?
Yeah.
You were worried about you being in London, based in London.
Yeah.
How will you manage to get to board meetings?
Sure. Sorry, what's your name?
Tom.
Tom. Hi, Tom. So that's something I've had quite a lot. Is that better? That's something I've had quite a lot. And actually, like I kind of mentioned briefly there, to me that makes no difference. I've worked in Aberdeen, I've studied in Aberdeen, I've lived in Germany for a year, I now live in London, but throughout that time I've had my season ticket and I've kept coming back for games. Hibs are such a big passion of mine, you can't keep me away, I'm always going to come back. And like I've said, I will be at games home and away, I will be at the board meetings, but I fully understand it's not just about that, I need to be visible at other times. So events like this, anything really involved by the club, whether it be a burn supper like I attended in London at the weekend, or whether it be just somebody's party that's going on in the famous 5 suite. I really want to be there and I want to immerse myself in the club as much as I can. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for Charlene? Okay, thank you very much.
Sorry, I think there's...
Sorry.
As a fellow project manager, what's on your critical path? So what's the key things you want to see happen?
Well, key things, if I was to be elected, I think the first thing I would do is I'd want to get some time with Frank and Amit, because I think they've done a great job the last 2 years. And I think before I would be kicking off, I'd really want to see what they think and actually make sure that I take their learnings on board. So I think before I would go into any planning, that would be the first thing I'd do, is get their advice.
Thank you.
Okay.
Charlene, thank you very much.
Thank you.